All right, welcome everyone. Excited to get started here.
Yeah, we're glad to have you all on. Welcome to the online professional development training for after-school professionals. We know that many of you have had a busy October, especially with last week with Lights On After School. So we appreciate you taking time to join us for this. It's going to be really exciting about the opportunities that you're going to have for professional development. So real quick, we'll just introduce ourselves. My name is Stacy Harper, and I work with the West Virginia Statewide After School Network. I'm housed in Morgantown, and one of the things that I work on is our, partnership with Cypherworx. And Tammy Jo, you want to go?
Yes, good morning. I'm Tammy Jo Wilt. I'm the Quality Program Coordinator with the West Virginia Statewide After School Network. I am based in Charleston, and a lot of my responsibility is to obviously oversee and promote quality improvement, but to also work on increasing access to professional development for after school and school age childcare programs in the state.
Great. And we've got on here Susan Gamble. She's our director. You want to introduce yourself real quick, Susan?
Hi, everybody. Susan Gamble, Director of the After School Network in West Virginia. Excited to have you today and appreciate Steve and his team helping us to host this webinar.
Thank you so much. And my name is Steve Stuckey. I'm one of the co-founders of Cypherworx. I've been working with Cypherworx for the last about 15 years and very excited to share this with you. We've spent a lot of our time working with the various state after-school networks across the country to provide online training. And I failed to provide Julie's contact information, but one of my colleagues, Julie Barker, do you want to say hello?
Hi, good morning. I am a subject matter expert with Cypherworx and here to support Steve and all of our after-school programs.
Thank you, Julie.
Oh, so we want to kind of give you a little bit of background about how the network was able to partner with Cypherworx. We have a grant through the Benedum Foundation that allows us to provide free access to the Cypherworx after school professional course catalog, which is really exciting. It's a really wonderful opportunity that we can offer in our state because we know so many of you are in rural areas. It might be hard to get to in-person training, and you want to make sure the training that you do find online has been appropriately vetted. Steve will talk a little bit about how they've come up with the development, but we saw this as a way to help after-school programs enhance their professional development. In addition to, you'll see on there, the West Virginia Stars approved, all of the courses that, we're going to be talking about are approved through West Virginia Stars. So for those of you who are with childcare, you're pretty familiar with that. That's the state registry system for your training. You do have to make sure you have a STARS number, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But it's just a great partnership that we have with Cypherworx and STARS and the network. Anybody want to add anything? Well, okay, we'll let you take it away, Steve.
Okay, that sounds great. I will just jump in and add that what a wonderful thing it is to be able to provide this training to you for free from the efforts of our partners here in West Virginia, because there's a number of states where it's actually individuals will pay or programs will pay to have access to the training. And it really is a a passion for us to be able to provide this educational materials. And I'll share with you a little background on this. So note that the training is available on demand 24/7. So all of the training and the learning management the system that you'll have access to is completely mobile accessible. So folks can even access this on tablets or their cell phones, etc. So it's very convenient to be able to access. We also went through a process of really making sure that we did efficacy studies. We work with a professor at San Diego State University to do a study of pre-testing and post-testing, et cetera. So there's a lot of data that we use to help inform how we create the courses to be very interactive and really respond to the different types of learners that we are. One of the things that we do know, having worked with after-school professionals, is that you're always very busy. There's many different things that are happening throughout the day, and while you've, a lot of times have accumulated a tremendous amount of knowledge, one of the things that I hear from folks is, "Wow, this is great because I can just draw from this library and assign courses, encourage my staff to take these courses, and I don't have to take the time to put together all of the information, get them together in a room, etc." The other thing that we hear a lot is that it's very helpful when onboarding new staff. I personally believe that people want to do a good job when they come to a new position. And sometimes it's very difficult to find that time to say, hey, I'm going to dedicate all of this time to train and bring this person on board. We want them to have all of the tools that they need to do their job effectively. So as was mentioned here too, the courses are approved by West Virginia STARS. So if you're in a position, you want to make sure that you're meeting those compliance needs. This actually speaks to how and why Cypherworx was established. The company was started about 18 years ago based upon our founder and CEO had a charter school and summertime program in the state of Maryland. And he found it very difficult because he was trying to do live training and he had high turnover in his program. He said, there's got to be a better way. So that's really kind of the quick story of how this came about. He wound up working with Roberta Newman, National After School Association, and so forth to come up with a plan to provide this training. And so that's where we're at. One of the lines that I really love is this notion called purposeful professional development. That actually came out of a program in Florida. And what they had shared with us is that they were doing their training and their professional development, but it was a little haphazard, right? So things are going fast and they're trying to do training as they go. But now that they have all of this training, they can actually put together a program where they're consistently offering training, utilizing the online training here, and also in combination with the live training that they're already doing. So they can offer the training in a blended or a flipped classroom type of program. So this all came about really with the commitment to quality from the National After School Association, and all the various state networks are obviously looking to provide the best top quality of experience for they can for the kiddos and for the parents, but also for the work that you do on a day-to-day basis. So you'll see that there's a number of courses that are also designed to help develop your future leaders. And one of the things that we find is that by providing that purposeful professional development, one of the things that we hear is folks are able to reduce that turnover. And I think it's probably pretty logical for most people, but it's also, I was kind of joke is, what are you going to do with all your free time? There isn't a lot of free time, right? You're always very busy. So having these resources are very valuable. Now, the other thing that was important to us is making sure that these courses not only were vetted and we were proven effective, but in our process, we wanted to become IACIT accredited so that we could offer these courses for continuing education credits. So you'll see that these courses that we'll share with you are also eligible for CEUs. So we've talked about some of these other types of things. I just wanted to share with you that we're going to share this recording out with everyone as well. and I would like to, we'll actually go into the learning management system here in just a few minutes, but you'll also see that there's a number of courses for that new hire training. There's some learning paths that we'll also show you as well to make the process easy and effective for you. So just so you know what this consists of is there's about 800 plus online training courses that are available for you. There's learning content management system. So you might hear the word LMS or LCMS. So the learning content management system, why it's called content, is you can do a number of other things. So we're going to focus on just taking those online training courses, but you'll see that we can also manage things like live and virtual training. And then that third window is talking about the fact that we do a lot of instructional design work. So we're always creating new courses. And since we're part of that 50 state after school network of all the state networks, we're also creating, and Julie is involved in this, is creating new content. So there'll be new courses that get added on over time. So one of the things that we did, I mentioned Roberta Newman's name. So we work with the National After School Association, and Roberta, if you're not familiar with her, she's just an amazing lady, but she's created many, many different books and helped create the standards for after school training for the US military, various states, etc. And so I just wanted to share with you that she provided the base content and was our subject matter expert for creating the courses. And then she has since gone through, and in the last 2 years, we just re-upped all of that training. So we brought it up to date. And so we've been working to provide this training for many years across the country, but now it's been updated in the last 2 years. And we're now in the process of creating it in additional languages as well. So this slide is pointing to the fact that we've got IASSET accredited training that's available. And I just wanted to share with you that the team that's created all of these courses have won a number of awards that we're very proud of. So you can feel confident that, you know, as was mentioned, these courses are vetted and quality, and again, designed for all the different types of learners that we have. So we've learned a lot in terms of online learning, which is, you know, if you create a recorded PowerPoint, for example, it's kind of human nature for people to kind of click through, take the quiz, and hope they pass. And so we develop a lot of interactivity within those courses. So one of the things that I'll share with you here, this is an example of what you might see in the learning management system, which is a summary of what is going to be taught in that course. And it's simply going to be a matter of clicking on Start Course. And by the way, if somebody has launched a course and they get interrupted, the system will remember where they left off, and so they can come right back to where they're at. So I'm going to take you right into the learning management system here, just so you can see this. Anytime you log into this system, you're going to land on this My Courses page. And at the top here is a dashboard. So you're literally looking at Steve's dashboard here. You can see I've accessed 64 courses. I've completed 5. This is going to track my clock hours and those continuing education credits. And so you'll see I've got a number of courses here, and I can just simply click on Launch. But when you first log in, obviously you're not going to have any courses in the My Courses area. You're just going to go to the course catalog. And then you can choose from any one of these courses, but I encourage you to go to the Show Categories area, and you can go to After School West Virginia. So the team here has curated these different learning paths and courses for you here. And all you need to do is click on Learn More. This will tell you a little bit about the course, how long the course is, and you can click on Add to My Courses and launch that course. So again, if you get interrupted, you can close down your system and off you go. But from a user's perspective, right, you can also assign these courses if you're part of a program, by the way. So if you have 4 or 5 or 10 or 20 people in your program, you could actually go in and assign courses throughout the remainder of the year. And I'll show you kind of where to access that information. But for today, I want to share with you that all you have to do is click on Launch, and that will launch your course. And so now I've got my course up. I can click on Start Course. And one of the things that I like to do is click on this hamburger icon in the upper left-hand corner, because this will show me where I'm at throughout my course. I'll be able to see what are the things that I'm going to be covering here today within that course. And you'll see that now I can go ahead and I can listen to the audio here if I'd like to. There's also some things that the team has built in here, like force navigation, right? So I can't just go ahead and click move forward in this course. I need to review those course goals and objectives. So I'm going to read through those goals and objectives, and then I'm allowed to continue. And that happens throughout the courses. And so you're going to find that you have additional information that you can access that might be a downloadable resource. This is information, a PDF that you can download about the NAA course details here. And I can continue with this course, and there might be a video, there might be a drag and drop, there's going to be response boxes. And then this is going to be the way that many of the other courses behave. So this is one of the courses in one of those learning paths called Building Relationships with School Personnel. So almost anything that you can think of that you can topic areas in terms of managing your after school program, those are all going to be all those topics are included here. And again, we're going to continue to build out new courses and add new things for you and have these courses in an engaging format. Now, what happens is at the end of the course, there's going to be a quiz at the end of every course. Once I successfully pass that quiz, I'll get an email with my certificate. Okay. I'll also get a notification here within the system, and that notification would show up here. My little bell would turn red and say, congratulations, you've completed this course. Click here to access your certificate. The other thing I'll share with you is that the individual learners can click on the icon in the upper right-hand corner. I've added my picture, you don't have to. But they can also access their transcript. So any courses that they've ever touched will be accessible here, all of their historical information. And then the other thing that's nice that the team has built in here is you might have noticed this question mark in the lower right-hand corner. The question mark gives them access to the support hub. So I always share this with folks because you may have questions, right? This is a new vehicle for you and it's new for them. So if they have let's say trouble, I can't print my certificate or whatever it might be, you can direct them right here back to the support hub and they can call our 1-800 number. So you can talk to a live person, which I love. The fact that you can call in, get a hold of a live person, get your questions answered. But if they have maybe it's after hours or on the weekend, you can also submit a support ticket here. And then there's also FAQs. So if I'm a learner, and any one of my general questions, I can typically answer myself just by going to the support hub. So if you have staff that have questions that come to you, I encourage you to direct them back and ask them, hey, have you checked in with the support hub yet? Now you'll see that there's a number of other tools in here that are available as well. So things like reporting, right? Maybe you want to run a report on a particular individual or on your entire staff. This will show you information on how to run those reports. And again, if you prefer, we encourage you to just call our 1-800 number and we're happy to help you. So now one of the things that the West Virginia staff will also can allow you to do is if you have multiple folks that are in your program that you're training, I'm going to click on the administrative tools here and you're going to see some of the back end. And what I'm going to do is just go down to reporting groups just to illustrate the fact that you can have many, many different groups. So your own program can be listed here and you're not going to, other people aren't going to see your program. It's just going to be, you'll be able to see your staff. And what this allows you to do is also run reports and also assign courses to your staff, if that's what you would like to do. So I'm going to go back to the course catalog here and the categories, and you'll see that there's additional courses that are added here. So building resiliency and strengthening leadership, those are additional courses that were just recently added by the 50 state after school network. Those are courses that are being added. And so we will also have the process, since we're connected to the registry, if there are courses that we want to add for credit, we can work with the team to add those. So I'm going to pause here and find out if there's anything that I'm missing or anything that Susan or Tammy Jo, you'd like me to add while we're here on the learning management system. All right, everything sound good? All right, I'm going to switch us back to our current slide here. And I'll have you take over.
Yeah, so we just wanted to give you a sampling of the 36 courses that are offered on um, our our page. So what I really like about them is you have everything from, guiding behavior of individual children. That's, guiding behavior is always a big need for people. To like current trends of what's happening in out of school time. So there's a really wide variety of topics and interest areas that are part of the 36 courses. And then Tammy Jo, she's going to talk a little bit, Steve had mentioned we have our own specific learning paths. She's going to talk to you a little bit about those and how they're organized.
Yeah, so West Virginia, the West Virginia Statewide After School Network created learning paths that contain different courses. So these are our learning paths that we have currently, and we are also, with some of the additional courses that have been added, we're looking at expanding those opportunities. So child and youth development, intentional relationships, family, school, and community engagement, leadership and professionalism, activities, and indoor and outdoor environments are all learning paths that we have. And these learning paths align with the domains of our after school program quality standards. So they support professional development across the board. So when we look at our assessment tools, and those quality improvements, these learning paths will support those efforts as well.
Yeah, that's terrific. In our short call today, we don't have a chance to go into each one of those courses, but I encourage you to get in there and take a course. And I share that with you because the feedback that we get, even from very senior leaders that have been in the world of after school for many years, are very impressed with the quality of the content and new information that can come out of each one of these courses. So we look forward to also hearing your feedback. So appreciate that.
We just want to talk to about something that we're offering is, a customized learning path for your particular organization or staff. And so you can, reach out to me and say that this is something you're interested. So within that catalog that we showed earlier, what we can do is set something up that's very specific to, your program. Like, maybe it's, childcare ABC, and we can work with you on what courses you think would be best for your staff. And we could even set it up so that, maybe you have more seasoned staff and you want them to take certain courses, and then, courses for, onboarding, those types of things. And we can set it up so that they can get a certificate for that. You can track their progress, what classes they've taken, what they have yet to take. And again, this gives you access, free access to, this learning management system. This is something that is a really good way for you to enhance, your staff's knowledge. So a couple of things. So if you want to register to have access to our catalog on Cypherworx, Just use the QR code, and I'll make sure I also follow up with an email with everyone with the link. And I'll get this, and then I will send you an individualized email that sets up your temporary password and all of that, and then you can get in. If you want more information about the customized, go ahead and send me an email. I'll have that there. You can reply to that. Let me know, and then we can set up a time where we can meet and work together on what's best going to meet your needs of your organization. So we're really excited about this, and it's a great way to make sure we're all doing the best job that we can within, the after school area. We're getting the most up to date research and information. So we're, excited that you're interested in it. And if there's other people that you know of, because we're all connected, especially here in West Virginia, let them know that we have this opportunity, and we'll be glad to reach out to them and share the recording with them. So are there any questions? Okay, well, great. Well, this is really good. And like I said, this is something really exciting. And, as Steve said, some places they're paying, and we're grateful to the Benedum Foundation that they gave us funds to be able to allow us to offer this in West Virginia. Anything else anyone wants to add before we sign off?
I just want to say thank you to the team here in West Virginia. We're absolutely thrilled to be able to work with you guys and make this training available to you. And I know this is probably the first time that a lot of you have seen this. So I encourage you to reach out to us and the West Virginia team. We're here to help you make this very easy and make this a very valuable resource. So we're always open to your feedback, and we love working with programs. So don't hesitate to reach out.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you guys very much. And like I said, I'll send the email with the more information about how to sign up. So thanks again, everyone.
Yes, thank you all for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.